So accounting for depletion. So yung depletion po would be related to wasting assets, no? So yan, so yung depletion, per definition, parang i-relate mo lang sa depreciation. Depletion is the allocation of the depletable amount, depletable amount over the period when depleted. Or eto, dahil sa wasting asset siya, so over the period of wasting asset activity. Nasusundan po ba yan? Okay, so paano po determine ng depletion? Okay, so syempre dapat alam natin kung magkano po yung capitalizable cost muna ng wasting assets. Ano? So there are 4 cost component ng ating wasting assets. So namely, nandyan po yung acquisition cost or the cost of acquiring the property. Aside from acquisition cost, we also have your exploration. So yung sa acquisition, parang bumibili ka lang ng lupa, no? Tapos together with the right to perform wasting asset activity or yung extraction of mineral resources. Okay, so sa exploration cost naman, ano po ang exploration cost? Okay, so ito yung activity wherein they will be locating kung meron nga bang mineral resources na pwedeng pakinabangan from a particular property. Nasusundan po yan. Ang exploration cost, paano po ang capitalization nito? Depende sa method na ginagamit ng company. So may dalawang methods na available kay company. Ano po yon when it comes to exploration cost? Okay, so pwede po siyang gumamit ng successful effort method or full cost method. Okay, so successful effort or full cost method. So anong difference ng successful effort? Ano yung full cost method? Okay, successful effort, pagka may nag-explore tapos yung dun sa exploration activity nila, they found out na merong pwedeng ma-extract na resources, yun yung ika-capitalize. Yung cost na na-incur doon. Pagka yung activity nila, yung exploration activity nila, walang nakita mga black holes or dry holes lang yan. Okay, ano siya? I-expense lang siya. So parang pag may nakitang mineral resources that can be extracted, successful yung classification. Pagka wala, ayun, unsuccessful. So anong treatment pag unsuccessful? Expense. Clear? Ang full cost naman, regardless whether successful or unsuccessful, di ba? From the name itself, full cost, everything will be capitalized. Nasusundan po ba yun? So, sa mga problems naman, sasabihin, no, kung anong method yung ginagamit or kaya bibigay lang yung capitalizable na exploration cost. Is that clear? Okay, next. Another cost component would be, ayan, yung development cost. Development cost, pag po sa wasting assets, okay, pag sa wasting assets, ang capitalizable na development cost should be, intangible development cost lang. Pagka tangible development cost, anong treatment po yun? Okay, it will be capitalized as part of property, plant, and equipment. So, hindi siya ika-capitalize sa wasting asset. Nasundan siya? Okay, so, tanda na, pagka development cost, okay, dapat intangible. Okay, pagka development cost na tangible, okay, separately accounted dyan, PPE yan. Nasusundan po ba? Okay, next, aside from development cost, syempre, nandyan rin po ang restoration cost. Ayan, di ba sa lupa, nung nasa PPE tayo, nabanggit na ang cost of restoration. Okay, so eto, yung sa lahat ng cost component, yung restoration cost, eto yung yet to be incurred. Kasi di ba ang restoration cost, after, di ba, the wasting asset activity, this would be the amount that will be incurred to restore the property. Nasundan po ba yan? So, yung restoration cost, yet to be incurred yan, so it will be incurred in the future. Okay, so pagka pwede mong ma-identify yung appropriate present value, yun yung i-capitalize mo. Nasusundan siya? Okay, so ayun. So, tapos para ma-capitalize ang restoration cost, dapat po may na-incur na obligation. Okay? Or dapat merong present obligation si entity, okay, to restore the property either by legal requirements or by contractual requirements. Did you get that? Okay, so pagka walang present obligation, hindi mo kailangang i-capitalize yan. Clear po ba? Ayun, so kung madali mang tandaan yung apat, right? O kung gusto mo ng code, read, dear, kayo bahala. Okay? So, yan po yung total capitalizable cost natin. So, next. So, total capitalizable cost ng wasting assets. And then, to compute for the depletable amount, all you have to do is to deduct yung salvage value, residual value, or scrap value ng property after the wasting asset activity. Okay, kasi most often than not, meron po yung residual value. Bakit? Kasi i-restore mo pa nga siya, di ba? Okay, so, ayun. So, best example nung mga may wasting asset activity tapos okay, na naging residential area or commercial area yung property, di ba? Kung nakapunta na kayo sa Baguio, di ba? Tapos may pasyalan na mines view doon. O pagka pumunta ka doon, wala kang makikitang minahan. O pero dati, may mga mining activities doon. Tapos, syempre, tapos na yung mining activity, nung ni-restore, naging residential areas na. Okay, so nasundan mo siya. So malamang yung pinagbentahan, di ba? Yung pinagbentahan, yun yung parang pinakamalapit na salvage value. Is that clear? Nasusundan mo siya. So the salvage value would be yung same concept, no? The estimated amount to be received, okay, by the entity upon disposal of that property after the wasting asset activity. Is that clear? O, tapos eto na yung resulting figure, yan po yung amount subject to depletion. Amount subject to depletion or depletion-based or depletable amount. Nasundan po ba ito? Ayan. So, ayan. Tapos, deplete ka na. Paano po ang depletion? Anong method ang ginagamit? So, ito, output method. Diba? So, i-estimate ilan yung ina-expect na ma-extract and then, ilan yung na-extract during the period. Tapos, yun na yung depletion cost mo. Okay. So, generally, yung depletion cost, ika-capitalize muna siya initially sa inventory. Tapos once na mabenta, papasok saan? Sa cost of goods sold. Nasusundan yun. Okay. Tapos yung hindi mabebenta, syempre nasa ending inventory. So portion, okay, pwedeng nasa SFP, yung unsold units. Okay. Yung portion na nasa SCI or income statement, okay, yung portion na nabenta, part ng cost of goods sold. Is that clear? Kaya po yan. Okay. So let's illustrate these concepts by answering yung ating illustrative problems. So, number 1, on January 1, 2019, an entity purchased a mineral mine for 26,400,000 with removable ore estimated at 1.2. So, ano po yung 26.4 million? So, that would be the acquisition cost. Diba? So, acquisition cost. O, tas yung 1.2, yan yung estimated number of units to be extracted. So, anong gamit niyan? Doon sa pag-determine ng depletion. So, anong hinahanap ba sa atin? What is the depletion for the current year? And then, what amount of depletion should be included in cost of goods sold for the current year? Ayan. So, after it has extracted all the ore, the entity will be required by law to restore the land to the original condition at an estimated cost of 2.2. So, ano yung 2.2? Restoration cost. Nasundan po ba? O, required po ba siya? Yes, diba? So, may present obligation na. Okay, so capitalizable yan. Kaya lang, may incur siya after nung wasting asset activity. So, i-consider mo, baka merong ibigay na present value or discounted values no amount to be incurred. True enough, sabi niya, no, the present value of the estimated restoration cost is 1.8. So, ang appropriate na isama mo sa capitalizable cost would be the, ayan, 1.8 million. Nasusundan yon. Okay, next. So, the property can be sold afterwards for 3 million. Ano po yung 3 million? That would be the salvage value. Okay, fill up lang natin, ha? Okay, next. Next po. During 2019, the entity incurred 2 million exploration costs and 1.6 development costs for preparing the mine for production. Okay, so the entity removed 80,000 tons of ore and sold 60,000 tons of ore in the current year. So, magkano ang exploration cost? Again, it was 2 million. Magkano ang development cost? It was 1.6. So, magkano ang total capitalizable cost ng wasting assets? Magkano po ito? 30 million. 31 million, no? 800,000. So, magkano ang depletion base or magkano ang depletable amount? 28,800. Nasusundan po ba yun? Okay, next. So, compute natin, magkano ang depletion cost for the year? So, syempre, kailangan mo yung depletion cost per unit. Okay, so, depletion cost per unit. O dito, ton, ano, per ton. So, magkano po yan? So, depletion cost per unit, depletable amount of 28,800,000 divided by total estimated number of units to be extracted. Ilan daw po? 1.2 million. Nasundan yon? Okay, so magkano ang depletion cost per unit mo? 28,800 divided by 1.2, magkano po per ton? 24 pesos. So magkano ang depletion cost? Depletion cost for 2019. So that's 24 multiplied by, ilan ang na-extract niya for 2019? 80,000. Okay, so initially, ika-capitalize to as part of inventory. Nasundan yan. So 24 times 80, magkano po yan? 1,920,000. So parang entry niya, debit inventory, credit, accumulated, depletion. Is that clear? Tas, yung pumasok daw sa cost of goods sold, doon lang sa nabenta, cost of sales mo, 24 multiplied by 60,000. Okay, so magkano po ang depletion cost na papasok sa inventories, ay sa cost of goods sold? 1,440,000 pesos. Nasundan yon? Okay, so answer po would be letter A for number 1, letter B for number 2. So, di ba? It's a matter of knowing ano yung capitalizable cost and then paano yung calculation ng depletion, right? Okay, next. Problem number 2. In 2018, an entity purchased property with mineral resources for 28 million. So, ano po ito? Acquisition cost, 28 million. Next, the property had residual value of 5 million. However, the entity is required to restore the property to the original cost or to the original condition at discounted amount of 2 million. So, salvage value na 5 million. Di ba, sa dulo na lang natin consider yun, ha? And then, ano po yung 2 million? Restoration cost. Yan. So, 2 million pesos. Next po. In 2018, the entity spent 1 million in development costs and 3 million in building. So, ano po ang ika-capitalize mo sa wasting asset? Anong sagot? Yung 1 million pesos lang. Yung 3 million, PPE yun. Nasusundan po ba? Okay. In 2019, an amount of 4 million was spent for additional development on the mine. Eto, so anong magiging potential na modification dyan if ever? Pag po, di ba eto kasi, kailan nagsimulang mag-extract? 2019. Kung ang extraction nagsimula 2018, una, i-capitalize mo muna yung 1 million, tapos i-deplete mo for 2018. Nasusundan? Tapos, pagkatapos mong mag-deplete, tapos saka mo i-capitalize yung 4 million, tapos saka ka mag-depletion for 2019. Kung nagsimula ang extraction ng 2018. Kaya lang, the problem stated that, okay, 2019 na nag-extract, di ba? So, i-capitalize lang natin lahat ng development cost, di ba, na 1 million and 4 million. Kasi hindi ka naman magdi-deplete ng 2018 kasi wala namang extraction na nangyari. Gets po ba? Okay, next. Aside from that, ano sabi niya? Okay. Production began in 2019 and the tons extracted total 3 million in 2019 and 2.5 in 2020. The remaining tons totaled 7 million on December 31, 2019 and 3.5 on December 31, 2020. So wala nang capitalizable cost. Okay, magkano po ang total capitalizable cost ng wasting asset? So this would be 35 million. 35 million less salvage value. Magkano po ang salvage value? 5 million pesos. Okay, so magkano po ang depletion base natin or depletable amount? So that would be 30 million pesos. Nakuha po ba? So, hinihingi magkano ang depletion base. So for number 1, ang sagot po natin is letter A. Next, magkano ang depletion to be recognized in 2019? So we need to calculate for depletion cost per unit. Yan. So depletion cost per unit. Magkano po? So, paano ang calculation? So, magkano ang total depletable amount? 30 million pesos divided by ilan ang expected to be extracted ng 2019? Ilan? Answer? 10 million. Paano po nakuha yung 10 million? Di ba nakapag-extract siya ng 3 million? Tapos, at the end of the year, nag-expect pa siya ng 7 million. Okay, so all in all for 2019, di ba? Nag-expect siya ng 10 million na 10 million tons of mineral resources. Nagets po ba? Okay, so magkano ang depletion cost per ton? Magkano? Mahirap to. Sige, 3 pesos. Ayan. So, magkano ang depletion cost for 2019? So, for 2019, depletion cost would be 3 multiplied by, ilan ang na-extract ulit? 3 million tons. Okay, so magkano ang depletion cost? So, 9 million pesos. Ayan. So, 9 million pesos. Nasundan? O, tinanong ka, magkano ang carrying amount ng depletion, ng wasting asset mo? Anong sagot? Ng 2019? 20? Okay, 26. Diba? Kasi ang total wasting asset, 35. Okay, tapos minus 9, na accumulated depletion, okay, 20, tama na 26. O, 26 million. Clear? O, yung remaining depletable amount, yun yung 21. Clear? Pero di ba pagka carrying amount kasama yung sandwich value? Gets po ba? Okay, so ang sagot natin for number 2, okay, would be delta. O, next, hinihingi sa atin, what amount of depletion should be reported for 2020? So, computin natin ang depletion cost per unit ng 2020. 2020 na to, ha? So, magkano po? O, magkano na lang ang depletable amount? O, 21 million na lang, ha? Nagsimula ng 30, pero di ba, nirecognize na yung depletion cost, yung 9 million as depletion cost ng 2019. So, 21 million na lang po yung natitira. O, ilang units ang in-expect niyang ma-extract for 2020? Di ba nagbago yung estimate niya? Nakapag-extract siya ng 2.5 million, tapos, anong nangyari? At the end of the year, nag-expect na lang siya ng 3.5. So, paano mo i-account yung mga changes na ganyan? So, change in accounting, estimate, prospective lang po. You don't need to adjust the amounts recognized in the previous years. Right? Okay, so yung 21 million, i-deplete mo na yan. Okay, by yung total estimated, no? So, 6 million. 2.5 plus 3.5. Nasundan po ba? So, magkano ang depletion cost per unit? 3.5. Yung dating 3, 3.5 na ngayon. Okay? So, magkano po ang depletion? So, for the depletion, so it's 3.5 multiplied by ilang units? 2.5 million tons. So, magkano ang depletion cost? 3.5 times 2.5 million, please. Magkano to? 8 million 750. Nasundan yon? Nakuha po ba? Yes. Okay, so answer for this one is letter D. O, number 4, anong hinihingi? What is the carrying amount of the mineral property on December 31, 2020? O, carrying amount. So, magkano uli yung cost niya? Nagsimula siya ng 35 million. And then, magkano po ang accumulated depletion? O, accumulated depletion nung year 1, ang depletion ay 9 million. Okay, tas year 2, nag-8,750. So, total accumulated depletion is 17,750,000. Gets po ba? Okay, so magkano po ang natitirang carrying amount? 17,250,000. 17,250,000. Clear po ba? So, yung building, paano yun i-depreciate? Okay, so, ayun yung pag-uusapan natin susunod. No? Yun yung i-illustrate sa ating next problem. So, sige, before we compute, no, dun sa mga items ng number 3, bigay po muna natin yung concept. Paano ka mag-depreciate ng mga equipments or ng items of PPE na related sa wasting asset activity? Okay, una po, kailangan mong establish, meron po bang alternative use or walang alternative use yung PPE? Okay, pagka may alternative use yan, hindi siya exclusive for that wasting asset activity, walang issue masyado. Okay, pag may alternative use, tignan mo with alternative use, pwedeng gamitin yung item of PPE to other activities, okay, other than the wasting asset activity. Okay, useful life, even if useful life would be greater than the estimated number of years ng wasting asset activity. Number of years ng wasting asset activity. Pag po may alternative use ang PPE, i-depreciate mo siya over its own life. Okay? Own useful life. So, eto yon. Nasundan yan. O, tas anong method? Kahit na anong method. Hindi siya limited sa straight line talaga. Clear? Clear po ba? Okay, so kahit anong method. Okay, next. Paano po pagka without alternative use? So, kaya mo lang binili or kaya mo in-acquire yung item of PPE is para magamit, di ba? Okay, for the use dun sa wasting asset activity. So, ano ang magiging rule natin? Tingnan mo. Pagka ang useful life is greater than the number of years of the wasting asset activity, o ano po? Okay, so di ba, pagkatapos ng wasting asset activity, wala nang gamit yon. So, mas malaki yung useful life than wasting asset, number of years ng wasting asset. Kaya lang, wala na siyang gamit after. So, saan mo siya, over how many years mo siyang i-depreciate? Okay? Number of years ng wasting asset activity. So, dependent siya doon. Nasusundan ko, anong method ang gamit? Okay? I-pattern ko doon sa method na ginagamit niya sa depletion. Mag-output method ka. Nasundan yan? So, output method. Clear? Okay, next. What if, walang alternative use, but the useful life is less than the number of years of wasting asset activity. Pag less than po yan, syempre, hindi niya pwedeng i-pattern dito, own life, di ba? Own useful life nung asset. Tapos, ang nakasanayan na po, straight line na lang. Kasi parang hindi niya issue masyado yung method na ng depreciation. Kaya karaniwan na ginagamit, straight line. Pero kung sinabi ng problem na gumamit ng double declining, that would be fine. Hindi naman talaga siya ganun ka-strict. Okay? Pero dito talaga, parang pwede maging independent, di ba? Yung accounting mo dun sa asset. Did you get this? Okay, so, ayun. So, own useful life and then mag-straight line method. Kaya po? Kaya? Yes. Sige, apply natin tong concept na to sa problem number 3. So, what is the depletion for 2019? What is the carrying amount of mineral property on December 31, 2019? What is the depreciation for 2019? On July 1, 2019, an entity purchased the rights to a mine for 20 million pesos, of which 2 million was allocable to the land. Okay, so estimated reserves were 1.5 tons. The entity expected to extract and sell 25,000 per month. Sige, based dun sa information na yon, ano yung mga pwede nating magamit na information? So, una, yung acquisition cost. Magkano po yung acquisition cost? It was 20 million. Tapos, specifically, okay, so yung binili niya yung property, di ba? Tapos, specifically, allocable daw, yung fair value daw ng land was 2 million. So, anong magiging presumption doon? So, aside from the dun sa property itself, okay, yung lupa, 2 million daw. So, ano siya? Yung 2 million po, yun yung estimated na residual value. Nasundan mo? Okay, so, tingnan mo ha. So, kasi ini-specify. Ayan. So, yung land na yan, residual value yun. Yung 2 million pesos. Nasundan? Initially? Yes. Okay, next. The entity, next paragraph po. The entity purchased mining equipment on July 1, 2018 for 8 million. The mining equipment will have, the mining equipment had a useful life of 8 years. However, after all the resources is removed, equipment will be of no use and will be sold for 500,000. So, anong sinasabi sa atin? Walang alternative use yung equipment. Sige, compute muna tayo ng depletion. Okay, so, magkano po ang depletable amount? Wala naman ng ibang cost component. So, ang depletion base mo is 18 million. Clear? Next, depletion cost. Sige, para makasanayan yung proseso, no? So, pero syempre pag ikaw na lang yan, pwede mo nang idire-diretso to, di ba? So, depletion cost per unit would be 18 million. Ilan ang ina-expect na ma-extract? 1.5. So, magkano ang depletion cost per unit? So, 18 million divided by 1.5, magkano po ito? 12 pesos. Tama? So, magkano depletion niya for 2019? Depletion, it's 12 pesos multiplied by, ilan po ang na-extract? 25,000 tons per month. So, ilang months siyang nag-operate for 2019? Mula July 1 hanggang December 31. Nasundan mo yun, di ba? Kahit na hindi sinabi ito, pero yun yung Yan, sound na magiging presumption mo. So, magkano po ang total depletion for 2018? It's 1.8. Okay, so sagot natin sa number 1 is letter B. O, hiningi sa'yo, carrying amount ng mineral property. Okay, so magkano po ang cost uli? Cost was 20 million. O, common na nagiging error, nakakasanayan yung depletable amount. Hindi po, kasama dun sa carrying amount yung residual value, di ba? Okay, next. O, bawas natin yung accumulated depletion. O, ingatan natin yung mga ganung bagay. Ha? So, magkano po ito? 1.8 kasi isang taon pa lang naman. So, magkano po ang carrying amount? 18.2. 18.2 million. Nasundan? Yes. Next, anong hinihingi? Depreciation. So, di ba? Kailangan muna nating establish kung ano ang mas habang panahon, yung number of years ba ng wasting asset activity or yung useful life. Ilang taon daw niyang magagamit yung equipment? 8 years. Own useful life of the equipment was 8 years. Yung number of years ng wasting asset activity, meron po bang binigay kung ilang years magiging ipe-perform yung wasting asset activity? Di ba hindi ni-specify? But can we estimate it? Yes. Sabi niya kasi, makakapag-extract ng total of 1.5 million. Tapos, ang capacity niya, every month, nakakapag-extract siya ng 25,000. So, kung sa isang taon yan, di ba, makapag-extract siya ng 25,000 times 10. Gets po ba yun? So yung 1.5, ilang taon, okay, i-extract yan ng entity, considering na nakapag-extract siya ng 25,000 per month. Okay, 5 years. Yan. So, ano siya? Useful life was greater. Okay, sabi natin, walang alternative use, useful life, so, anong method ka? Output method. Nasundan siya. So, magkano ang depreciable amount? Depreciation tayo. Depreciation of the equipment. So, magkano ang depreciable amount? Magkano po ang capitalizable cost? So, it was acquired at 8 million. 8 million pesos minus, magkano ang, may salvage value po ba yung equipment? Yes, sabi niya, it can be sold for 500,000. So, bawas tayo ng 500,000. And then, output method, so 1.5, yung total to be extracted. And then, during the year, ilan ang na-extract? 25,000 multiplied by 6. Nasundan nyo? Kasi hindi siya time-based, kaya wag kang mag-time 6 over 20 ito, ha? Okay, so magkano po ang depreciation? Depreciation would be magkano? 750,000. 750,000. So, ang sagot natin would be letter C. Tinanong ka magkanong carrying amount ng equipment. Anong sagot? 7,250,000. Yung cost na 8 million minus yung accumulated depreciation niya for that year na 750. Nagets po ba? Di ba kaya medyo madali ito kasi kukunti yung concepts, di ba? So, more of understanding yung situation dun sa problem. Sige, last problem for last two problems mo pala. Number 4. Ito. Anong hinihingi? Depletion charge per ton. Tapos maganda dito, entryhan natin. Para makakita naman tayo na may entries. So, what is the depletion charge per ton of extracted materials? An entity acquired a tract of land containing an extractable natural resources. So, yun yung mining property, di ba? Okay, the entity is required by the purchase contract to restore the land to a condition suitable for recreational use after it has extracted all the natural resources or the natural resource. Geological survey indicated that the recoverable reserves would be 2.5 million tons and extraction will be completed in 5 years. Okay, so land, exploration and development costs. Okay, tas expected cash flow for restoration costs. Malamang expected cash flow. So ito yung actual na i-disperse after 5 years. Kaya lang, anong sabi natin? After 5 years pa yan, i-consider mo ang time value of money. Okay, so magkano po ang present value nun? Sabi niya, the risk-free interest rate is 10%. So, present value of 1 for 5 periods at 10%. So, binigay naman sa problem, okay, 0.62. Gets po ba? Nasundan yun. So, tingnan mo, magkano ang capitalizable cost? Magkano ang capitalizable cost nung property? So, di ba, una, yung acquisition cost niya, it was 9 million. Okay. Tapos yung exploration cost, magkano po yung exploration cost daw? Exploration and development cost na to. So, magkano po? 1 million. And then, yung restoration cost mo, okay, restoration cost natin, it's 1.5 multiplied by 0.62. Nasundan yan? Okay, so magkano siya? 1.5 times 0.62? 930,000. So, total capitalizable cost, magkano? 10,930,000. Magkano po ang salvage value? Magkano ang salvage value? O, di ba kanina, dun sa problem number 3, bumili siya ng property 20 million, tapos may allocable to land na, okay, na 2 million. O, eto, wag kang malilito. Yung 9 million na binayad niya, tinerm niya as land, pero yun talaga yung mining property. Nagets mo siya? So, tas wala siyang binanggit na residual value. So, we will not be assuming na yung mismong land na 9 million, yun yung matatanggap niya at the end of the year. So, ang presumption dito, walang binanggit na residual value. The presumption would be, walang residual value. Nagets mo? Nakuha. So, ayun no. So, ito yung land, parang ang tinutukoy niya po, yan yung property itself, yung mining property itself. Hindi ka tulad kanina, yung mining property, 20 million, tas specifically yung value ng lupa, okay, 2 million. Nagets mo yun? Okay, so yun ha. So, ang depletable amount natin ngayon would be 10,930 kasi walang residual value. Nasundan mo ba? Okay. Sige. So, ano ang magiging journal entry niya dyan? O, ang journal entry niya would be debit mining property or wasting asset na lang, no? Ayan, wasting asset, magkano po? 10,930,000. And then, credit cash. Magkano credit cash? Credit cash, magkano po? 10 million. Diba? Okay, kasi yung restoration cost yet to be incurred yan. Okay, tapos, credit liability for restoration cost. Magkano? 930. Tapos, to record depletion, ang magiging entry niya, so, inventory, kung inventoriable yan, or kung naibenta na diretso, pwede niyang i-charge na depletion expense. Nasundan po ba? Yan yung proforma entry niya. Credit, accumulated, depletion. Tapos, di ba may liability siya? Pag may utang ka, ano ang expected na may incur mo? Interest. Kasi dapat at the end of the 5th year, babalik siya sa pagiging 1.5. Yun yung ina-expect mo na i-disperse mo. Nasusundan yun. Okay, so, every year, ang entry, debit, interest, expense, okay, credit, tatas ng tatas yun. Liability for restoration costs. Yan. Nasundan po. So, for 2019, magkanong interest expense? O, pag tinanong ka, for 2019, magkanong interest expense? It would be 930 yung principal multiplied by ilang percent po? 10%. So, ang interest expense mo is 93,000. Tapos magkano ng liability? 930 plus 93. Tapos the following year, 930 plus 93 times 10%. Yun naman yung interest expense. Hanggang sa dulo, magiging 1.5 yan. Nagets mo? Tapos, at the end of the 5th year, okay, at the end of the wasting asset activity, okay, ano po ang gagawin? Magbabayad na siya. May incur niya na yung restoration. So, liability for restoration costs, credit, ano po? Cash. So, yung inestimate niya na 1.5. So, ganyan yung magiging journal entries niya. Okay? Sige, address na natin yung requirement. Ano pong hinihingi? Depletion costs per unit. So, magkano ang depletion cost per unit? So, depletion cost, ang depletable amount mo ay 10,930 divided by, ilan po ang expected units to be extracted? Okay, 2.5, di ba? So, magkano ang depletion cost per unit? 4.37. Ayun. Tapos gawin mo ring guide yung choices. Kung hindi ka, alam mo yon, kung hindi ka sigurado dyan, okay, tignan mo, yung intention niya kasi mararamdaman mo. Di ba kung yung land, mababawi niya at 9 million, ang magiging capitalizable, eto lang. So, 1,930. So, 1,930 divided by 2.5, oh, wala, di ba? Masyadong mababa based dun sa choices. So, ang intention ng problem was, ayun, the 9 million na pinabili ng lupa is the mining property itself. Gets mo? So, di katulad doon, di ba, na in-specify niya na panglupa talaga. Gets po ba? Nasundan ako? Okay, so yan. Next, what if, oh, dito lang ha, based lang sa given data, magkano, kunyari, tinanong ka, magkano depletion cost? Kunyari, tinanong tayo, magkano depletion cost? Magkano ang magiging sagot mo? How much is the depletion cost based on the limited information provided? O, anong magiging presumption? Ilan ang, di ba, ang tanong mo lang naman dyan, ilan ang na-extract niya for 2019? Nasusundan? Eh, di ba walang data na binigay? Anong magiging presumption? Yung 2.5, i-divide mo lang ng 5. Okay? So, yun yung presumption. Pagka talagang hiningan tayo ng depletion. So, 4.37 times 500,000. If ever, nahingan ka. Clear po ba? Okay, so yun. So, answer for number 4, it's letter B. Next po, number 5. What amount of exploration costs that should be reported in the current year and statement of financial position? So, SFP yung hinihingi. So, anong hinahanap? Carrying amount. Diba? Yung kinapitalize mo na exploration cost. Okay? So, tapos ayun, i-identify na rin natin magkano yung ni-recognize mong expense naman. So, basahin po natin. During the current year, a mining entity incurred 5 million pesos in exploration costs for each of 15 oil wells drilled. Of the 15 wells drilled, 5 wells were dry holes, so walang may extract na resources, di ba? The entity used the successful effort method of accounting. So, ano ang policy niya? Yung may makikitang resources to be extracted, ika-capitalize. Yung mga dry holes, expense lang yon. O ilan ang in-explore niya? Okay, 15. 10 doon may resources kasi sabi niya 5 lang yung dry holes. Okay, so magkano kinapitalize niya? Magkano per exploration? 5 million. Ayan. So ang kinapitalize niya initially ay 50 million. O in-expense niya 5 times 5 million. So, ang in-expense niya po ay 25. Nasundan mo na? Okay na? O, next. Basa ba? The entity depleted 30% of the oil discovered in the current year. So, magkano depletion cost na ni-recognize niya? Magkano ang diniplete niya daw? 30% nung kinapitalize niya. So, ang matitira, kung carrying amount na lang talaga yung kukumputin natin, all we have to do is to multiply this by 70%, diba? So, ang matitira po would be 35 million. O kung na-benta yung na-deplete, okay, magiging part lang ng expense. So, halimbawa, hiningan ka magkanong total expense na ni-recognize niya. E di 25 million plus yung in-deplete niya na exploration cost na magkano? 15 million. Nasundan yon yung 30% ng kinapitalize niya na 50 million. Gets po ba? Okay, so, bayang 25 plus 15, o di 40 million yung total expense. Gets po ba? Okay. So, yan. So, kaya lang, hiningi lang sa atin is yung carrying amount na nasa SFP. So, kaya ito yung sagot. Clear po ba? Gets to? So, madali lang si depletion. Yes. Okay. Next. Now we proceed with ano po? Revaluation.